6 months of horror for Palestinians living in Gaza. Within this strip of land, only roughly 40 square miles bigger than Knoxville, the threat of more bloodshed and suffering grows more dire by the day. In October, more than 1,000 Israelis were killed. Since then, over 30,000 Palestinians have been killed. And as we mourn the loss of all innocent lives, I recognize the different emotions, opinions, and beliefs surrounding this topic and the long divided history of this part of the world. This morning, we're launching a new series that isn't meant to take sides. It's meant to offer you a new glimpse of the human toll tied to the violence. Over the next few weeks, I plan to share a collection of stories from people often overlooked and sometimes forgotten. My goal is to offer a new perspective on the life-changing events unfolding in a far-off place that directly impact your neighbors right here in East Tennessee every single day. That's true for me. I'm a proud American. I'm also a proud immigrant, and I'm a proud Palestinian. What follows are the stories of people like me sharing their journey, heartache, and hope for a better future. For over 6 months, these are the images we've seen out of Gaza.
Another airstrike in my street.
Homes, schools, hospitals, mosques, and churches destroyed by Israeli airstrikes. According to the United Nations, more than 30,000 Palestinians have been killed. That's not counting those trapped in the rubble, either not yet found or impossible to reach.
My dad's cousin, his whole family was wiped out in a strike, and it's sad to have to look your dad in the eye and say, I'm sorry, but things will get better. You feel like your people are going through one thing, and it could have easily been you if your parents didn't decide to leave.
Adam Masri's parents left their homes in Palestine and moved to Nashville in the late 90s. As he watches what's unfolding from his home in East Tennessee, Adam remembers visiting his family in Gaza 2 years ago for the first and only time.
It's so beautiful.
And yet, a place filled with so much beauty, Adam says, can be overshadowed by the ugliness of life under siege.
When I was over there, we had 6 hours of electricity every day. That's unlivable. And they'd ask me things like, oh, how is it outside of these walls? How is it over there? When you turn on the shower, does it work?
And that was on a good day, he says, when they weren't overcome with the fear of being bombed. According to the independent nonprofit Human Rights Watch, since 2007, Israel has maintained a closure of the Gaza Strip and for decades has systematically repressed Palestinians.
Americans have to open their eyes and think, if I lived there, how would I feel? If I lived in Palestine and Gaza, how would I feel about my life? Would I be happy with how things are going, or would I be desperately in the need for freedom, just, basic human rights?
Adam's surviving family members make the best of what they have in Rafah and Khan Yunis, Gaza's southernmost cities, now filled with makeshift tents for most of the nearly 2 million Palestinians who've been displaced since October. Today, the humanitarian organization Save the Children says there's no safe place in Gaza, and communication blackouts make it difficult for Adam to get daily updates from his family.
Palestine will live forever.
While he worries for their safety,
Free Palestine.
Adam's using his voice on the University of Tennessee campus to call for a ceasefire and an end to the Israeli occupation.
Civilian casualties, people being kicked out of their homes, people being injured unjustly for simply living, that's not complicated.
People in Gaza are dying, and we're over here standing for them.
It's not complicated, Adam says, to mourn for the loss of innocent life and want to do something to stop it.
Just have humanity in your heart. If you can't imagine your mother dying, your child dying, your husband dying, whatever, then you can have a heart for the Palestinian people.